Hello, my name is Elena Olivas-Loera and I am a planner with the City of Wheat Ridge Community Development Department. I am presenting case number WZ-23-01, which is a request for approval of a zone change from residential 2 to mixed-use neighborhood at 7890 West 38th Avenue. I would like to enter into the public record the contents of the case file, the zoning ordinance, the comprehensive plan, and this digital presentation. The properties within the City of Wheat Ridge, all appropriate notification and posting requirements have been met, and therefore the Planning Commission has jurisdiction to hear this case. The subject property is outlined in red. The property is located on the south side of West 38th Avenue, just west of Wadsworth Boulevard. The area to the east of the site is commercial up to and along Wadsworth and is residential to the west. The property measures about half an acre in size and contains a vacant single-unit dwelling built in 1957. This is a zoning map of the area. The subject property is currently zoned R2 and is outlined in red. The site is surrounded by a mix of zoning including R2 to the west and commercial zoning to the east, including a planned commercial development and mixed-use commercial. The site is situated between low-density residential uses and commercial uses, which include 2 office buildings, an older strip mall shopping center, and the Corner Shopping Center. This is a view of the subject property looking south from West 38th Avenue. It is a 1,748 square foot single unit dwelling. This is a view of the commercial corridor looking east from the subject property on West 38th Avenue. The applicant intends to rezone the property to allow for neighborhood serving uses and to provide a transitional buffer between the existing residential uses and commercial uses. Should the zone change be approved, the applicant intends to convert the existing single-unit dwelling into a child care center, which is not permitted in R2 but is a permitted use in the MUN zone district. The current R2 zoning is a remnant of the past and reflective of Wheat Ridge's residential neighborhoods. The R2 district allows for single-unit or duplex dwellings. By contrast, MUN zoning allows residential uses, commercial uses, or a mix of the two, and the permitted retail uses are greater in number. The MUN designation would provide more flexibility for lower intensity neighborhood serving businesses to exist and will provide standards for any possible future redevelopment. The proposed MUN zoning allows residential uses, commercial uses, or a mix of the two. The MUN zone district is appropriate for this segment and particularly on this property given its size and its location, and can act as a transition between the commercial uses immediately to the east as well as the uses on Wadsworth Boulevard and the neighborhood to the west. This table summarizes the current and proposed zoning's development standards. Most of the proposed zoning development standards would apply if the property redeveloped in the future. Most notable differences between the two zone districts include building height, setback requirements, and build-to requirements. The design standards in MUN are strict and include architectural standards, open space requirements, setbacks, and parking requirements. As a requirement of the zone change process, a neighborhood meeting was held on November 1st, 2022 in a virtual Zoom meeting setting. No one from the public attended the meeting. Because Wheat Ridge is not a full-service city, we sent the application on referral to outside agencies including fire, water, and sanitation, as well as completed an internal review. We did not receive concerns or objections from outside agencies. Before the hearing, the property was posted for 15 days, and letters were sent to property owners within a 600-foot radius. Comments collected on Wheat Ridge Speaks will be reviewed by the Planning Commission. We use several criteria to evaluate zone change requests, which includes consistency with the comprehensive plan. Staff believes that the proposed MUN zoning is consistent with the policies and goals in the city's comp plan. The property is identified as a neighborhood buffer area, a designation reserved for sites located on the edges of neighborhoods. It is intended to act as a transition between low-intensity residential uses and higher-intensity commercial uses. The comprehensive plan envisions the conversion of underutilized properties to serve as a mix of residential and small-scale commercial developments. The MUN zoning designation is appropriate for the subject property by enabling reinvestment in the property, by expanding the permitted uses on the property, and by aligning the zoning with the city's goals to improve the appearance, mix of uses, property values, and overall vitality of this area. Ultimately, staff is recommending approval of the request for the following reasons. Based on the character and land use patterns of the area, the MUN zone district in this area is more appropriate than R2 in terms of allowed uses for the property. For that reason, the zone change should not have an adverse effect on the surrounding area. Staff finds a zone change to MUN is supported by the city's comprehensive plan, specifically the vision for the conversion of underutilized properties to serve as a mix of residential and small-scale commercial developments. This zone change request supports the comprehensive plan by enabling investment in the property and by allowing for neighborhood-serving uses that provide a transitional buffer between the existing residential uses and commercial uses. Planning Commission will recommend a decision to City Council, who will also review the zone change request. If City Council approves the request, then the zone change is approved. That concludes my presentation. Thank you.